All right, so what we're going to start working on is we're going to start working on putting in some of the casework, which is going to be our kitchen cabinets, countertops, things like that. So what I'm going to utilize, I'm just going to look at my different floor plans, go to my lower level, and it doesn't really matter for my example. I'm just going to put my kitchen in back in this corner and just show you guys, demo how to do this, how to get started. And mind you, this is just the minimum, right? So you guys can go much deeper than this. You guys can go online, find different kitchen cabinets if you really want to. You can use the ones that are built in. For the example that I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the ones that come with SketchUp or come with Revit. So I'm just going to hit the architecture tab. Again, we're just going to build out this corner down here and add in some things. So the first thing I got to do is figure out where I have my kitchen cabinets and countertops, and it's going to be under components. And as you guys see, it typically defaults to the last thing that you popped into your drawing or inserted into your drawing. In this case, it was that chair that I downloaded. But what I need to do is I need to look and see what I have loaded, right? So right now, I am recording. Yes. Yep. So right now I have the desk, I have the chair. It looks like I have some other parking spaces and some trees, right? Not a whole lot is in here yet. Um, so what I need to do is I need to come up to this mode tab. I'm going to hit my load family button, and it's going to pop me up with our default set of components. And so I'm going to pop into casework, double click on that. And now I have a couple things. I have base cabinets, which are going to be considered. So if you guys want to just kind of mentally note, um, base cabinets are your lower cabinets. Countertops are obviously countertops. Shelving, I'm going to skip. Tall cabinets are going to be like your pantry cabinets that basically would extend from the low all the way up. It's one full height cabinet. And just consider that a pantry cabinet. And then lastly, we call them wall cabinets. You guys actually probably refer to them as upper cabinets. So if you think about your kitchen, you have the ones that sit above your countertop that kind of float and are hung on the wall. That's going to be your wall cabinets. So I'm going to start out just like I do with any other kitchen. I kind of start out just illustrating where I want my countertop to be. And so what I can do is I have if I look at this, there's a preview of all kinds of different countertops. You've got straights, you've got you can see that's a kitchen island with a sinkhole. There's just a kitchen island. Here's an L-shaped with a kitchen hole. Another L-shaped, and if you look here, like this one doesn't have a clipped corner. This one does have a clipped corner. So you kind of pick the one that you really think is the right starting spot for you. So I'm going to go ahead and pick just the one with the clipped corner because I'll put a little lazy Susan in the corner. And I do want to sink. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's the one that I want to start out with. And so Revit takes a second, it loads it in, and I'm just going to pop this up into this corner. Now, a couple things are going on. One, you can see here, it's a little too long. Okay, so I actually have this little grab bar. I can just drag this in and connect it to the nearest point. I'm going to say for this, maybe this is a little bit short. So I'm actually going to drag this thing down a little bit. And I'm not really going to fool around with anything else at this point. I'm just going to kind of say, okay, there's sort of the beginning of my kitchen. That's where I want my kitchen counters to be. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a camera view just so that you guys can see what we've created so far. And just drag the view window out. We've got a beautiful floating countertop with nothing else happening. So I'm going to go ahead and flip back to my lower level. And we're going to start looking at what we can start doing, what we're going to do next. So now I need to start filling in underneath of the countertops because obviously we don't have floating countertops like that. We want to start putting some cabinets in underneath of it. So I'm going to go back to my architecture tab, go back to my components, go back to my load family. And this time I'm going to start looking for, I'm going to just bounce up one level. I'm going to start looking for base cabinets. And you can look here, there's quite a large amount of different cabinets. So what I suggest is if you don't know what they are by name, just take a second and flip through them. They're very common sense named. They're very commonly sense named. So we're gonna kind of flow through these, and I'm looking at this one here, and this literally says corner unit angled. And because of the countertop that I chose, obviously that seems like a corner cabinet that has an angled face is going to be sort of the winner for me to start out with. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that corner cabinet. I'm just going to kind of pop it here for now, and I need to rotate it. So there is a way to rotate it as it's coming in. I'm not going to. Guys, we're going to take a short break.